Nestled near the intersection of Norwood and Ednor Roads in Sandy Spring is Woodlawn Manor Cultural Park. Cultural because important aspects of our county's early history can be learned here. Agricultural practices, Quaker heritage, and African American experiences. And now, a new visitor center brings all that to life. Stepping into the rehabilitated stone barn at Woodlawn Manor Park means shedding one's 21st century point of view and confronting life as it was during the 1800s in Sandy Spring.
So when people come to the Woodlawn Stone Barn Visitor Center, they will learn about the Underground Railroad, the Quaker heritage within especially the Sandy Spring, Brookville area, as well as becoming introduced to some of the agricultural practices of the Palmers during the mid-1800s. The barn is also the trailhead for the Underground Railroad Experience Trail guided hikes, which are conducted seasonally.
These themes and more are explored in this magnificently restored stone barn through an immersive multimedia museum-going experience.
So when you leave here, it's not just how much you remember facts and dates, but how you felt. How did it feel if you were a Quaker and you had to decide if you wanted to keep people enslaved on your farm?
Because the slaveholders' voices are clearly stronger than our own.
Or if you were a slave and you had to decide if you wanted to run away or stay put.
Many folks done escaped to Baltimore and Pennsylvania and even Canada.
They want you to get yourself engrossed in the past, put yourself in their shoes, and leave away thinking about these choices and the outcomes.
The barn itself helps with the narrative. It was built in 1832. Dr. William Palmer, who owned the farm at the time, commissioned local mason Isaac Holland with its construction.
This bank barn is a stone bank barn, one of the few rarities within the county, and it's a triple level bank barn with its stone forebays on the lower level where the animals are stabled. The middle level is sort of your production and your storage area, and of course your upper level is where your wagons are going to bring in your crops and your hay.
When the restoration work began in 2014, the barn needed a new roof, some significant interior structural repairs, masonry work, and the rotted floors had to be replaced. But the hardest part was bringing it up to code. After all, it was built as a barn, and now it's to be used as a museum.
Some of the things we had to do to make this building safe and basically so we could have people walk through is we had to add lighting like you see here, railings on the staircase. We put in a new staircase on this bay, signage so people are aware of the low clearance on some of these walls.
Handicapped accessibility was a bit of an obstacle. While each level has its own entrance, the uphill grade leading to the top floor exceeds code. To manage that, some exhibits are on wheels and can be brought out to the visitor. Behind the scenes, modern technology driving the audiovisual displays was integrated into the design.
For example, our gobo projectors, they project quotes on the wall, quotes either from the Palmer family or from his almanac.
But the technology had to remain non-intrusive.
This crate covers up some of the sound equipment.
And a lot of thought went into how to project the videos.
We wanted people to focus on the original fabric, so instead of bringing in white screens for people to look at the vignettes, we just have it on the whitewash of the interior wall. So you really are engrossed in the original fabric. It's integrated into the story.
Also restored was this carriage house, which now functions as a welcome center, providing information about additional heritage sites in Montgomery County. These two buildings complement the 1815 Federal-style manor house and a suite of smaller outbuildings, offering an image of a more complete 19th century plantation. The Woodlawn Barn and Visitor Center officially opened in the summer of 2016. At the ribbon cutting, county officials had this to say.
This multimedia display is really world-class. I think it's going to really exceed people's expectations of what they're thinking when they arrive at a county park and see the level of professionalism and how they've really vividly made history come alive.
Oh, freedom. Montgomery County really has a story to tell, and everything we can do to really, deepen our telling of that story should be one of our highest priorities in the park system. And fortunately, we have the people on staff in the Parks Department who can make that happen. And so at the council, it's our privilege to be able to just, put the funding towards it in the budget, and look what we get. This is just absolutely stunning.
For more information about the Woodlawn Barn and Visitor Center, its hours of operation, as well as the Underground Railroad Experience Trail, go to montgomeryparks.org.